Hey guys, Tony's right. So earlier today, I proctored at the law school that's attached to the university I go to. Anyway, so I'm just doing it like extra cash and shit like that. So, oh cool. So I did that. I proctored that, and I joked with my friend. I said it's been 9 o'clock for 3 hours. The test was like 3 hours long, starting at 9, and I swear to God, like they started the test, and I was like reading and stuff like that, and then I looked and it was like 9:03. Then I was like doing some reading and stuff. Then I looked and it was like 9:05 and 9:07, 9:15, 9:30. It didn't even start. It didn't even start to get like feel like time was going by until like freaking like 10:30 ish. That's when the time started to go by. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was looking, it's like 9:36, 9:45, 9:58. It was like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, it took forever. Like, that shit took forever. I was so mad. Like, why is this taking forever? And then it, like, kept going by fast, like, after 10:30, like I said. So I was just, like, proctoring there. But while I was there, I was like, let me go and like read some books because I brought like a bunch of like poetry books and shit like that. I did not work on my portfolio, but I brought like a bunch of books just to like read because I had the TBR that I like put you guys on this channel for you guys to see. And so I had like the summer to be read, then I had the winter to be read, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I kept accumulating books. I was like, damn, like I need to actually go through these goddamn books because I don't want to buy any more poetry books before like finishing a significant amount of books that I have, because I have quite a few books upstairs from the ones that were assigned and I barely went through. And that's why I was silent during the discussions, to the ones that like I've bought at like the conference, and just like maybe I popped into Barnes and Noble one day and was like, oh, I want to like see, this is catching my eye, like let me read it, you know, shit like that. I didn't want these like to just be sitting on my like bookshelf, you know, like I don't want to be that person that like just buys a bunch of shit and then like doesn't read it, doesn't bother to do anything with it, and like, you know, just sitting there anyway. But during the proctoring, I read 2 books fully in their entirety, and then I like started on the third and was like almost done. So when I went to Barnes and Noble, I was Instacarting, but after I went to Barnes and Noble to like charge my phone and shit like that, and just decided not to continue with that. I was tired after my feet are like getting more and more swollen because I'm walking on my feet a lot. Well, what else am I walking on, right? I'm on my feet a lot doing Instacart and driving and running up steps and doing all this kind of stuff. So I need to like help with the swelling. Anyway, so I sat down at Panera Bread, which is where I go to charge my phone because they got plugs. And I read and finished the third book. Well, I finished up the third book because I was like, I only had like 10-ish pages left. So I finished it. So anyway, the books that I read, I'm going to show you. So the first one is Television Fathers by Sylvia Jones. I read this. I had my first impressions and I didn't write them down, but I was like thinking about stuff. And then I have to do my like second, third impressions and like the book. But I have to like think about it. Like my first like layer of notes and thoughts, and then my second layer of notes and thoughts, because I have to like write a review on it. So I'm gonna like go through that again and then see where that takes us. The second is Impressions of My Father, Shay. And so yeah, I went to the MFA reading. I'm going to talk about that later in another video. But yeah, so got my like side copy and read through this, which really surprised me because like, you know, like sometimes you start to read shit and you be like, oh God, like not like that it's boring, but it's just like I'm not that kind of person that genuinely like is on BookTube or BookTok and like has like all these books, and I go through like a book a day or a book a week. But like today I went through 3 books. Of course they're not novels, so like, you know, like take that into, you know, contextualize that. But like the fact that I went through 3 books today, like, made me feel accomplished, because to be honest, I haven't really read that many books outside of like anything assigned this year, nor have I for like the last 2 years of this program. And that's why I really enjoy trying to do reviews, because it exposes me to people that I'm not exposed to, but then also it forces me to read and to continue to read, right? Because just because I'm a poet doesn't mean that I'm not a reader, and I shouldn't be a reader. Like, I should be consuming and reading and thinking about these things. In addition to writing and putting myself out there, I have to be reading and consuming things. Like, of course, living my life and thinking about things is like important to writing, right? To like get your perspectives and ground them and stuff like that. But like reading other people's works matters. So read this, and yeah, I'm gonna give my notes and feedback for like the poetry section. And I already gave this person advice on like just kind of if you wanted to make something else, you can do like, you can go through it and make like a different kind of poetry. But I have to like go and make more, like, as thorough notes on the poetry parts they wanted me to do. So I like that. So yeah. So that's the second one. And then the third one is Some Are Always Hungry. And so I finished that. Like, I read up to like page 40-ish, I think. And then like the proctoring was over, so I like had to pack up the room and like leave and peace out. So I like didn't know if I was going to finish it today, but since I went to Panera Bread, I just finished it and just like kept it pushing. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to review like this on this channel, but I might. But yeah, these are my 3 books. I'm starting my summer reading list off great, and now I gotta like move forward. So next up, I did carry these in my bag. I don't know if I'm going to read them, because I'm also proctoring next, like this upcoming like later on in the week. So I want to be able to, like, I want to think about if I'm going to take these books or other books, or if I'm going to work on my portfolio, because that could be a thing too. I work on my portfolio while I'm there, and then like I might take on like another day or two if they still need somebody, because they put out a call for people because they needed somebody else for other days. So I might put in my call. Anyway, so we have Brian Turner's The Wild Delight of Wild Things. It's so funny because people did not like him as like a speaker for like the thing. I like overheard people, but like I thought he was really good. You can tell like that he thinks about a lot of stuff, and maybe his brain is going like faster than like what people, faster than like he can really get his thoughts out, and like people like that like have really interesting insights. But yeah, The Wild Delight of Wild Things, Stitch by Dora Malik. Questions for Water, Virginia Crawford. And there's like some other ones upstairs that I am interested in, but I think I may take one of these with me, and then like read like some more books. Read at least one of these and keep it pushing. This one I am really interested in. I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but if I do, then I would be really happy because it's like 100 pages or whatever. This one is like, it's like 60-ish, and then this one is probably like another 60-ish. Oh no, close to 100 actually, like 100 pages. So like these two alone are like 200 pages, and then this is like another 60. So combined, this is like almost 300 pages. So if I do that, I'll be like sitting at like a novel. essentially I've completed a novel today. Yeah, in terms of page count, right? Because this is 60. This one is like 160. So that's 200, and then this one is like on 60-ish. Yeah, like 60-ish. So yeah, that's like the equivalent. So yeah, so summer reading is underway. We haven't finished the semester just yet, but like summer reading is underway, and I was just talking to my classmates and people and stuff like that. Like I just want to write and read more and go from there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.